Hey everyone, welcome to Eyes Closed with Sports Team. Thanks for doing this. I know it's kind of like a hectic pre-show moment here at Electric Ballroom. You just played South by Southwest. How was that for you guys?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was amazing. I think our only point of comparison for it in the UK was something like The Great Escape in Brighton.
Right.
So I think we thought it'd be a bit more like that, so sort of small scale in pubs and things like that. And we got there, and it's sort of huge, quite corporate showcases a lot of the time. And we got there a bit earlier than everyone else as well, so it meshed slightly with the tech week that was on before. So I think we got a bit of a shock the day we actually arrived to see sort of a lot of lads in shirts dancing to sort of club bangers down 6th Street.
It's a good vibe.
Good.
Did you discover any like new bands, or did you make new friends?
We made new friends.
New friends for sure. Yeah, a band called Pottery were very good.
Okay.
A Texan called Elliot.
Oh, there was. I think maybe the feature that we were least used to was the fact there are a lot of houses, I suppose, that you can go to and get free food and drink for the whole day. Lounges is what they're branded as.
Oh my
There was one run by Vivo that we sort of made camp in day one. Very, very. I got to know the staff quite well. So Elliot was a lovely friend that we made.
Okay. Just out of shots, or Rico Nasty as well, who she enjoyed.
Yeah, Rico Nasty
He's
sounded
signed
good.
to ASAP Rocky's new label and is incredible. Apparently, I didn't see.
It was great.
All right. Cool. You just released a new EP, Keep Walking.
Yeah.
Can you sort of tell me one sentence like about each song? Like walk me through it real quick. In however way you want to sum it up, or whatever pops into
The first
your
song is
brain.
M5 and it's about cars and the people who drive them. The second song is called Get Along and it is about houses and the people who buy houses. Then we go to side 2, I think, and it is ski lifts, which is about not about people who ski. This one is a change. It's about young professionals in London. So we all used to work office jobs for a long time. I think that song sort of came, we wrote about a year and a half ago maybe. We were all working full time with people some people we liked, some people we didn't like, and it's probably about that, I think. Then we go into Casper. Casper is a very English song about suburbs. Then we hit Georgie Grab Your Gun, and that's the last song, and that is, who knows what that's about. I'm not entirely sure. I think that's one we wrote more spontaneously, I think.
Well, I think they're all tied together by this sort of theme we always try and convey of sort of romanticising or valorising sort of very mundane things about English life specifically. So I think that's what Rob's conveyed.
Okay.
I was just bringing it all together. That's in summary. Yeah.
That's perfect. That's like that brings the collage
Yeah.
into one beautiful
But
picture.
Listen to it all, start to finish, in a quiet space.
Yeah.
And it will probably jump out at you.
Sweet. Okay. I think my favorite track would have to be Ski Lifts.
Oh, good.
How did that song sort of originate?
Ollie had a bass line actually for that one. That's I think the first one we've done where it came from bass. Am I right? Is that right? But he so he had a bass line we were doing for a long time, and then we used to rehearse in this place called Westbourne Park in West London. Yeah. We'd go there after work between about like 11 p.m. and 1 in the morning, or 9 p.m. and 11 p.m. just very like late after work. We'd all be knackered and quite angry with each other. And I think that song and all the lyrics really came out of that. We'd just be playing it again and again and again, and we'd be saying sort of cynical lyrics about our office jobs over the top of it and people we work with and probably other people in the band who were in the room at the same time.
For sure.
And eventually that sort of, after a very, like it took a long time to figure out how we could do a chorus in it and all sorts of things. It was quite a struggle, but eventually it came together. And then we recorded it with Burke Reed in Wales, which was amazing.
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Ski Lifts.
Well, I think that's the thing
Skiing.
about that EP as well. It's slightly different because we had this feeling of it having a sense of place and a narrative to the actual recording process. Like, I remember very fondly that summer when we were all in very rural Wales, sort of going swimming in the river, like climbing things to find sort of megalithic monuments and things. So yeah, yeah, all 6 of us in bunk beds at the back of the room. We had a whole week there. So I think the whole EP feels slightly associated with that sort of period of recording for us, and that week and that English summer as well, where England were doing well in the World Cup. It was hot. It's nice.
Ah, right. Yeah. But that must be a different atmosphere to like being in London, probably.
Yeah, but I think we spent a lot of that summer in London. And that's when London, I think for us, is like good when you're in a pub garden at about 4 p.m. on a Friday afternoon. That's the stuff we used to love. And when, it was like the hottest summer on record. England looked like they were going to win the World Cup and eventually kicked out in the quarters. Is that right? Semis.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah.
So,
it's not coming home, guys.
No, I know. But it was very optimistic at that point, I think. And so we were having a great time. We just like played our first summer festivals, and we're all feeling great. So I think sort of the sunniness maybe in that song comes from us all feeling quite content that year.
Okay, awesome. So you've had a pretty like wild response so far. It's pretty incredible. Can you sort of tell me about your relationship with your fans? And like I heard that you had a WhatsApp group and like all that stuff. What's going on?
STC.
Yeah, the sports team community. Well, I think we've always tried to make ourselves accessible. At least I think we've always sort of realised that if we're going to be a guitar band, you've got to do more than just turn up with 6 guitars on stage, feel slightly entitled, assume people are going to like it. And you have to do something more. And for us, it's about opening up what we do, because we're all a group of mates. We've all lived together in London for however long. So it's trying to bring people into that sort of dynamic as well and expand it as much as you can. And they contribute loads to the band as well. They're the ones sort of like making the memes, doing a lot of the social media and things like that. So it's useful to have them involved.
Such a millennial band.
Yeah. But there's more than that. I mean, I put my real number on the lighters we're selling at the merch desk, which was stupid. But it's
at this point
still my number.
Regrets. Yeah. That's true. Not every band would do that. So kudos to you and to STC. STC?
Yeah, I think
right?
it's actually a new acronym
shout
now.
out.
It's probably
It's mixed Army at the moment.
the MBA. The MBA.
What's NBA? What is that?
Our tour manager and friend and photographer, Michael Astrand, has a weird sort of fame on the group. They really, really like him. So
Okay. So
they've turned our sports team group into a Michael Astrand group, which is upsetting, really. But
fan club type of.
yeah, I think we'll.
It backfired. Let's just say.
Yeah, it did backfire. We made some of them admins and they betrayed our trust.
Oh
So,
goodness! How
shout
could
out
you?
to Alfie.
Okay. Well, that's harsh. That's cold as ice.
Yeah, it is.
So you strike me as a band that doesn't care too much about like people's judgments. Like you have a lot of fun. Like
It's
that's
always a tough one
pretty.
to word, isn't it? He's driving as a band that don't
It's like
care.
how can I?
Everything.
Appearance.
So, but what I'm getting at is basically, like, what does that then mean for your live performances in the way that you approach them? Like, what do you expect of yourselves to deliver live? Like, are you a band that sort of like just like rocks up on stage and like without any prep, and are you that?
Yeah,
sort of-
I think we care about making the live shows, I think, an event and feeling like something more than just a live show and that's it. Like tonight we've got an after party. We've all been around decorating the stage, so trying to psych people up for it for sort of months and months before. Meet all the sports team community and meeting at the pub across the road before, so they're making sort of a big evening of it. But I think the actual performance side of it, we've never really thought about. It's always come quite naturally. What we do on stage is sort of a reaction to the music and a reaction to the crowd in front of you.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have like a ritual, anything like getting into character, or anything?
We did. We nearly injured ourselves quite a bit on the last tour. We're trying to like jumping challenges. So like, what can you hurdle? So it'd be like, all right, can you hurdle that rack? And often no is the answer.
Easy.
The
Yeah.
rack's about 5'8".
Yeah.
If you can't see the rack. The rack's pretty big. But yeah, we'd hurt ourselves quite a lot. I think you just have to somehow get out of your headspace where you're thinking about the gig into a point where you get that energy back. You spend all day basically sitting around doing interviews and, you know, thinking a lot about what you're going to do, and then actually when it's 5 minutes before, it's quite hard to get out of that sort of overthinking headspace and into one where you're like, okay, right, this is like the moment. You can't really think anymore. You just have to try and perform. And Alex is very good as well. Alex is a born showman. So.
He's got 4 ankles.
Well, I think the way you do performing as well, because it's always a sort of tough balance for us in the sense that we're sort of very accessible when we're not doing a show. But I always thought that the way I try and front the band, at least, is almost sort of about inaccessibility. It's try and make yourself a hero and sort of valorised and away from the crowd on stage. Whereas there's a lot of sort of people that would front a band in quite a different way, where it's all about being very accessible, sort of in the crowd, touching hands, whatever it is. Yeah. And I think those are the kind of two schools of fronting that you could be a part of.
The two schools, the classic.
Alex occasionally crosses the school line. There's been some hand touching.
Oh goodness! I mean, that's just getting out of hand, isn't it?
It is. He won't crowd surf though. That's
No, like
It just
categorically.
seems a bit trite, I always think. It seems a bit silly, don't you think? It's a bit formulaic.
I've never done it because I'm scared, man. Like I'm not a sturdy
Ollie used to
person.
do it. Ollie, our bassist, used to do it a lot of Reading. Used to be escorted out of the festival most years for crowd surfing.
Really? I mean, things can happen with like getting kicked and stuff, but
I'm too big, I think, to crowd surf. I'm too tall, too scared, wear glasses.
too many risks.
Alvo, who's over there, very good at crowd surfing. She is excellent.
Okay,
She'll
all
leave
right.
her drum set, Alex will take over. She'll sort of splash around for a while, come back. It looks good. I think it looks impressive. Alex hates it. It's a split.
Is that what's gonna happen tonight? Maybe.
No.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yes.
That's a yes in my book. Right. Just a couple more questions. You've been teasing a theme for tonight's show. You know what I'm talking about.
Well, we thought about a castle theme for a bit, and then we're quite lazy and poor at actually enacting things, so we don't have a castle theme. Well, we were going to sort of cut out some cardboard, crenellate a wall. We didn't do it because we've been on tour. I mean, we've been on tour straight away from South by Southwest, so we haven't really had time. We have got a matador seat, which is kind of perched over there, which could be quite hard to dance in, quite hot.
That's a classic look.
You get quite a lot of stick for wearing it on the street.
Really, I wouldn't imagine.
So that's the closest thing to a theme we've got at the moment. It's a bit of a jumble. We've got flowers on stage. That'd be nice. It's always a sort of an English country garden style. Someone said Midsummer Night's Dream when they saw it.
Ah, yeah.
But then there'll be the matador elements. Then
Fusion.
I would say
it's fusion staging for sure.
Seeing some camouflage over there and some snake Doc Martens. Okay, so that's gonna be exciting. I can't wait to what you come up with. Is it true that you tried to book Wembley Arena for 2021?
Yeah, we genuinely inquired about it because I think it started off when we did the show at Scala last September, which always felt sort of way beyond our station to do. I mean, we had sort of. Someone said we had fewer Twitter followers than we did the capacity of the venue, which sort of summed it up, really. But we managed to sell that out. We've sold out tonight, which is kind of 1,500 people. So, I mean, why not Wembley? It's going quick. So we've done that in 6 months, gone from playing to 10 people in a pub back room. So we did inquire, but apparently you can't book major venues 2 years in advance.
God damn it!
Yeah, not even on splits.
And how did that phone call like go down? Or I don't know. I don't know. How does one book Wembley Arena? I don't really know.
You don't. Apparently,
There are various people put in the way to make sure you can't get to the person you need to get to. So essentially, you introduce yourself and you say what you want to do, and they act like they might actually get the person, and then about 5 minutes goes past, and they come back and say they're not there. And then you call again, and it happens again, and you email.
And then they call the police.
That person, I swear to God, 2021 will approach and they'll be like, damn it, take me back. I swear, you're just going to skip that stage and then play.
Yeah, we'll play the Nottingham
Whatever.
Motordrome instead.
Yeah,
Luckily, the only one we haven't called.
I can't think of like the biggest venue I can think of, but yeah.
Stadium.
So Nebworth's our dream. We want to do Nebworth.
Oh, is that Robbie? Yeah. Classic. Okay, well, got a couple of years to make it happen. And one last question I have: do you still live together?
Yeah,
we do. Yeah, we do.
What is the thing that you guys fight about the most?
everything.
Eggs.
Yeah.
Weirdly, actually.
Eggs, because we'll be having our quick omelette for breakfast, maybe a quiche for lunch, meringues for dessert after dinner, and Henry just can't eat eggs.
Won't eat eggs.
He won't eat them. He gets furious if they're mentioned.
I'm pretty angry. It's been brought up.
I think we do actually fight a lot about nearly everything. Alex and I tend to be.
Well, I think there's a slight divide between people who quite like an argument as well. I think me and Rob pretty quite like an argument, whereas other people it makes them very sad to argue.
I think our go-to is basically disagreeing with whatever the other person says, whatever it's about. If Alex suggests we should do a castle theme, I will spend about 2 weeks researching castles and why they're a terrible idea, all the connotations. The Matador thing he wanted to do, and originally I said no, and then this morning he had butterflies about not doing the Matador thing, and at that point I was the biggest pro Matador person in the band, so I am definitely flaky.
I mean, it just sounds like a fun situation.
It's not fun. It's hell. There's no fun bit of being in a band. None of it is good.
Oh, goodness. All right.
Yeah,
well, before it gets too crazy.
Don't start back. Try and get a young professional job somewhere in recruiting. Be my advice.
I think that's the way to go. Absolutely. Okay. Well, guys, it's been a pleasure. Have an awesome show. I'm really excited.
Thanks a
You're
lot.
going to crush
Cheers.
it. And yeah, see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.